Hey everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Sitting out here getting a little sunshine. I need to take my shirt off. I haven't had a chance to really take sun, get any vitamin D since I've been here, almost a week. So it's probably going on 7 or 8 days with no sun. But anyhow, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Here to talk about raw vegan versus cooked vegan food. I've been in the States a week now. I've had a chance to eat a little bit of cooked food, and this is just how I feel. This is just my kind of raw reactions, my natural reactions, no judgments, no trying not to put any emotion or anything in there other than just exactly how I have felt, eating cooked food at times versus eating raw food. I think it really is. One size doesn't fit all. I will continue to totally tell people, eat a whole food plant-based lifestyle. Don't get so caught up in this how raw are you raw all the time, or raw. But I must say, it's kind of like a message. Like I say, I like to put a message of acceptance out there. I like to put a versatile message out there. I like to put a message out there that might speak to a wide range of people and what is realistic for them. My life is not necessarily the most realistic to some people because of, just like I say, I have no responsibilities. I'm like a big child. I can pretty much do what I want to anytime I want to. So I guess what I've found, I've been here a week now. I've had cooked food 2 or 3 times, and my findings are that yes, my body absolutely works better on raw vegan food. But a lot of it has to do with, I don't know if it's something in my head, I don't know if it's something physical. I would say it's probably something more in my head, but I have a harder time satisfying myself with the cooked food, and I just don't feel the same. It's almost like I don't know how to eat cooked food. It's like as soon as I start eating a little bit cooked food for me, it just makes me want more. Like I had potatoes. I had potatoes 2 days in a row. And I was kind of trying to be very mindful. When I eat the cooked food when I come here to the States, I try to be very mindful so I can take something from it, so I can share something about it from my experience, because most of the time when I'm doing these videos, I'm in Costa Rica and I'm not eating any cooked food. It's almost like I would like to see. I would like to see, but I'm not going to eat that much cooked food just for experimentation purposes. I think I'd have to work on eating cooked food. What I'm getting at is, every time I eat cooked food, it just seems like I can inhale enormous amounts, especially potatoes. And it doesn't tend to fill me up. It just seems like I can eat more. I mean, I'm just a potato eating machine. To sit down and eat 5 pounds of potatoes is not that big of a deal. Might not sit and eat them in one sitting, but I'd probably cook them up and eat them in a couple of sittings. And yeah, I don't know. That's the easiest way I can put it. I just don't seem to be completely satisfied when I'm eating cooked food like I do when I'm eating the raw. And another thing, it kind of saps my energy. Like the other day. Okay, now the other day, when I did that video about my cheat meal, I guess for, scientific purposes, like I'm Mr. Scientist, but if I'm going to be a little bit more fair about it, I think that day the reason I was, that food pulled me a little bit down was not all about cooked versus raw. I mean, there was a good bit of fat in there. I mean, you had hummus, so, I'm assuming hummus, there was oil in the hummus. There was stuffed grape leaves. There was definitely some oil in there, and and then the olives with the natural oil, and it's just like, yes, there was some cooked food. There was cooked in that, but I think actually it was probably more of the high fat that kind of brought me down. But I do notice that, and it's the amounts that I need to eat. I admire these people. I think a lot of people that do the starch solution, or even not necessarily doing the starch solution, but that eat a good bit of starches, potatoes, rice, whatever, they seem to be able to get their energy and what have you. Me, I don't feel like I want to go out and do anything athletic or go work out for a while. It's almost like I still have to do from my old way of eating. It's like I have to kind of, you know, let everything settle, and I don't know, it just brings my energy level down a bit. In the end, what's the takeaway from this? Am I getting close? I mean, I think I'm getting close to just really dropping, even on these trips, dropping the level of amount of cooked food that I take in down, you know, significantly, even when I'm here. I'm back on, after a couple of days of eating cooked food, and I'm back on kind of really clean again. I've had 2 big smoothies this morning. Well, one smoothie, my morning smoothie, which is just a little bit more, you know, pleasurable than I, you know, use a little almond milk and frozen bananas. So I didn't have any greens in my first one of the morning, but I just had a big smoothie after the gym. Kale and bananas, just kale, bananas, and water, nothing else. No, you know, no distractions. And I'm going to like take a couple of days just kind of clean. I don't know, the biggest thing I can say for you, it just might be me. I get into a groove on something, and I don't like to change a lot. I can be very boring, and I don't know, I found my little groove on the raw vegan thing, and it's just for me. Like I say, it's just personally for me. Yes, I do feel better when I'm eating raw vegan. Maybe, and I just don't see why. I was just about to say something. I said if I was going to eat a lot of cooked food, I would have to train myself how to eat cooked food. But if the raw vegan for me feels natural and I have to work to eat cooked food properly, well, I'll go with the easiest choice every time. I'm a bit lazy. I'll take raw food, which is really natural to me. And it's just what I've gotten used to also. This is not to make any conclusions for anybody else. Anybody else out there that's watching me that eats a cooked plant-based lifestyle, you know, more power to you, because I think there's a lot of people out there that are doing it and they're thriving doing it. They probably have a little bit more, and maybe it's because I do go fully raw for 3 months and then I come here, so it's a little bit more of a, my mentality is a little bit more of a treat or a little celebration or some sorts. I don't know why when I eat cooked. So, you know, if I had more of a balanced plate, I think, in other words, instead of just getting, it's almost like when I tend to eat cooked food, I tend to mono cooked food. Like I'll get potatoes and just eat them, where I think for cooked, a nice mixed plate would work a little bit better. Like I'm thinking, you know, and I've told you I have some legumes. I have peas when I come here, usually not black-eyed, but something similar like purple hull. So I'm thinking, instead of just these massive, ungodly amounts of potatoes, like if I had a plate with, say, 3 medium-sized sweet potatoes, serving of, say, black-eyed peas or purple hull peas, some steamed, or no, I could even just boil them. I could do myself some collard greens, spinach, or collard greens or turnips, if I'm here in the South and want to keep it totally Southern, or, you know, could do spinach, or could do broccoli or whatever, and then have like more of a balanced plate of, you know, the potatoes, some of the peas, some of the steamed vegetables, and then maybe a big salad. And I think maybe if I had a little bit more of a plate like that, I might, you know, be a little bit more satisfied on the cooked food. But yeah, I don't overthink things too much, and like I say, there's no big revelations here. This is just more kind of a letting you know how I feel when I do this, that I do give it plenty of chances. Like, nobody can ever, there's a lot of people out there, you know, that they seem angry. I don't know if it's because they've tried to do it and haven't been able to do raw, or what, but I don't see why you would, like, I don't see why cooked vegan eaters would get angry about somebody else doing raw. But like I say, I'm just trying to kind of give you my raw feelings. I keep using that. I'm not trying to use that as a pun, but just my, you know, unplugged feelings, you know, how I feel when I'm doing it. And there's no real conclusions here, other than each time, I will repeat what I said in the video the other day, each time I just feel a little less. Every 3 months that I come back, I feel a little bit just like the cooked food is not doing it for me. And it's just not putting me where I want to be. And especially now, it's kind of important. You know, I'm running back and forth, doing some errands here for my mom, and I try to go do, you know, I'm working out or going to the gym or doing something physical a couple of times a day, and I'm trying to organize some work that I've got upcoming. And so between that, I don't really like that. Like the other day, you know, I eat a cooked meal. I eat a lot of cooked meal, and I had to go do the old-fashioned thing. I had to go lay down and take a nap for a while. I wasn't ready to just go. I need to be at 100% after my meal. See, when I'm eating raw vegan, that's the thing. When I'm eating raw vegan, I can't eat enough, or I don't even know if there is enough, that I can't stand up from the dinner table or wherever I'm eating and go do some physical activity, go work out, go run, whatever. I can do that with raw vegan. I can't do that with the cooked vegan. That's one of the biggest things I notice, is there's a little bit more of a recovery time with me on that. But in the end, it's pushing me towards more towards the raw vegan, more raw even when I'm visiting up here. You would have to draw your own conclusions between raw and cooked vegan. Some people are able to eat it. Some people do the 80-10-10 and thrive very well. And like I say, that's why I will always say one size doesn't fit all. We don't necessarily need to do the same diet the same exact way. Anyhow, just my thoughts on the cooked versus raw. Hope you guys like this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope you're having an awesome week. Peace.